Okay, hello Josh. My name is Bảo Anh. I'm come from class TJ 513B. So today I want to share with you how to save wildlife animals. As you know, now the world is facing a big problem, that is COVID-19. According to research, this disease starts from a market which sells wildlife animals in China. So this is a real consequence for what we have done to wildlife animals. So now I will share with you some ways to protect wildlife animals and to protect our life in the future. For me, the most important is education. Education is really important, especially when most of people who use products from wildlife animals don't know if they are good or bad. For example, some people believe that rhino horns are very good, but actually they are just like our hairs or our nails, without any benefit. So why do we have to kill many innocent animals just for nothing? It's time to erase all that unfounded thought. There are many ways that we can do that, but I think the best is to cooperate with schools. Some organizations who protect wildlife animals can teach us in some lessons at schools for students. They can teach what are wildlife animals, why they are important, and why we have to protect them. This will give the young generation a good education in the future, and when they grow up, they can help wildlife animals or just following the government's policies and not doing illegal things. And then we have to act. As I've said before, rhino horns have no benefit. So when people realize that, they will not use or buy them anymore. So my second way to protect wildlife animals is do not use or buy products from wildlife animals. I think that many people have known it, but we are just keeping using them without any notice. For example, some fashionable brands are use products from wildlife animals to make clothes, like skin from crocodiles, lions to make clothes bags, and fur from foxes to make scarves. Some people buy them because they think that those things are beautiful, but some people buy them because they think that this will improve their rank. That is definitely not true. Moreover, a lot of markets sell bears by illegally and snakes to make wine. This must stop immediately, and we can stop that by not use or buy them anymore. And when there is no user, there will be no seller. Simple but really effective. And my last way that I can give to you to help wildlife animals is to protect their habitats. We always say that we must help wildlife animals, but we are just keeping destroying their habitat. They can live in the mountains, caves, seas, forests, but we are cutting all the trees and throwing rubbish everywhere. There are many ways that we can solve that. Simplest is just to stay clean, throw rubbish into the bin, and avoid deforestation is really important too. We cannot stop cutting trees. That is a real fact. But we can reduce the amount of cut tree into minimum, and when you cut one, plant one. This will both help humans and animals. Or if you don't do that, when you save one wildlife animals and return it into nature, it will still die. So these are 3 ways that I can give to you to save wildlife animals. There are a lot of ways more, and I hope that you will find out to save many innocent animals out there. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. That was very nice. I have some questions for you, right? You're talking about protecting wild animals,
Yeah.
wild species, but a lot of people do not care about that. A lot of people say that, I don't need panda because I don't eat panda, I eat chicken. And people can produce animals that we need to survive, right,
Yeah.
as domestic animals. So do we really need this biodiversity? Do you eat tigers or do you eat rhinos? No, right?
Yeah.
Why do we need them?
I think that biodiversity is really important in keeping survival for other people in our life. For example, some buffaloes eat grass, right? And when the giraffe die, they come into the soil and make the grass leaves. And another is we don't eat panda or tigers, but our child need to know about them. Our child need to know about beautiful creatures around us and to learn about it. So we can just not let our child know just a few animals around us, and eat them, but we need to help our children to know all about the beautiful creatures out there.
Thank you. One more question. So we study many subjects at school, right? Biology is one of them. But there is now a discussion worldwide about whether we need or we do not need ecology as school subject. So what's your opinion? Do we need ecology as a school subject, and why or why not?
I think that in Vietnam, ecology actually is not a proper subject now, but there are a lot of organizations covered with schools, as I've said before, that teach students about eco life out there. And I think that this must be returned into proper subject because eco has played a really important part in our life. And students must know about this, children must know about it, and to protect them and how to live to be good, to be friendly with eco life.
And my last question. So you are talking about raising awareness of young people, right? But most of problems that happen, they happen not because young people do something. It's because people from previous generations who are quite old do things that are not appropriate. Do you think that we should also turn to elder people and try to educate them, or it's a lost battle?
I think that we also need to educate the older people so that they can change their mind about wildlife animals. But actually, I think that the children, is the best way to change their mind about this, because when their children have knowledge about something and they tell back to their parents, it is more effective than a stranger, like a teacher, come and tell to them that, oh, you are old, so you must change your mind about this. To change your mind about this, your thought is really old-fashioned. Will be more real than children or their child told them about this, and it will be easier to accept it.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Kinney, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have one question. Do you think the infectious disease has any link to the wildlife? Infectious disease, like COVID-19 recently.
Can you repeat again, because I don't.
Do you think the infectious disease have any link to the wildlife? Any relation with that?
Yeah, I think that there are a lot of diseases like COVID-19 or AIDS have a link to the wildlife animals. And actually, I think the wildlife animals is not bad. It is just because people haven't acted them properly. There are a lot of chimneys, for example, they cause disease, and people are just bring them back and just raise them and give that disease into human without knowledge. If they just let them into the nature or have a proper way to save them, it will be better.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that was a very nice speech. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And good luck.